this fancy tea when I was in the city for Chinese New Year's, and it smells amazing. Zeke!
What's going on?
I love that guy.
Welcome back to the FNCS.
Love
Here we
Zeke.
are, 2025. We are so back, baby. It is great to see all of you. There's a couple of new things happening in 2025. There's a new format. We're going to trios. But one thing that always stays the same is our analysts. Let's give them a big warm welcome. It's Kelly. It's Vivid. Friends, welcome back to the show. 2025 looking real good for us.
I cannot believe it has been 5 months since the Global Championships, 5 months since we have had an FNCS broadcast.
Vivid's such a cutie.
All the viewers, I hope that you guys are excited to get into some NA action.
Yeah, all of us over here, right, had the dusty old
5 games? Yeah, 5 games.
Cameras here, get back into the action of things. And
no,
listen,
Taco casted
action,
EU,
so
NA is going to be Monster and Jacob.
Really just caused so much commotion amongst the scene. Like, who's going to be partnering up with who? I mean, heck,
100% 11. I was calling you
a couple of weeks ago, but now
I was already gassing up this morning. Don't worry, bro.
Time to get
Everyone was loving your floating headphones. Thank you, Jedi, with Brian.
All that and more.
Remember, chat, we got a prediction going. You got 10 more minutes. You guys beg me for predictions. So you better put money in chat. How many channel points right now? Chat, if the prediction doesn't get to at least 20 million channel points, I'm never running a prediction ever again. So use them all or it's over anyway.
The difference here
I'm
is
kidding,
we
but
actually
not.
had to play in stage, and when we had that kind of going on, that actually seeded some of these trios into different heats, Kelly.
That's right. The top 99 teams have moved on from the play-ons into 3 different groups. We're going to be watching 33 incredible trios today. And in case your favorite team isn't here competing this weekend, chat, and you're wondering, well, where are they? Well, next weekend we have group 2 and 3s, so keep your eyes open for that. But from these 33
you told me with the Prime for 23.
If you get a win, that's an automatic ticket into the major finals. Also, if you get top 5 consistency, that'll get you there as well.
Yeah, so we're going to have 30 teams actually going into the
Sasquatch,
finals
the Prime?
from these group stages, which leaves us with 3 more slots
Remember, chat, click that link. See if you got a free Prime available. You can be watching with no ads for the rest of FNCS and the new season.
Qualifier where 3 teams
cost you nothing.
Will go through and listen. That last chance, it's always very, very spicy. I mean, just over on EU, we had some big name teams not make it out of their groups. So we'll have to be seeing them over there. Let's hope for some big name teams. NA, it's a little bit different.
We hope. Now, not only are we
SPO's being border?
also a new chapter. Chapter 6 Hunters is upon us. I love this kind of aesthetic. Everything about the map, the weapons, everything is so unbelievable.
Hey, Lordsy?
So, obviously, there's a ton of new POIs, but maybe you guys could highlight just a couple for us to kind of get us in tune with what we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, let's take a quick look over a Night Shift Forest over there, highlighting some interesting trios that we actually have. Nick, Licks, and
what time's starting? The game started at 10 past, bro.
Is going to be landing over here.
Same as every set lobby tournament in the history of Fortnite.
Larson and Walkers, but I'm really excited for Eddie's trio here. They only have one FNCS finals performance between the 3 of them.
Nice shift for us. Very, very good. All of those elemental chests over there. Switching gears over to the east side of the map towards Demon's Dojo. Of course, going to be featuring that boss fight with Night Rose, who, of course, is going to be dropping that Night Rose medallion. And that's something that players definitely want to get their hands on. Or at least you would think so if you look at the drop map today, because there's going to be 3 teams landing over at this POI today.
And then, of course, a very popular POI, Flooded Frogs, is going to be landed there by Shadow, Tyler, and Curve.
Hey, Chris, thank you, Zayden.
Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual not going to be in this.
I mean, I don't really want to watch streams, chat, because it's like they've got different delays and stuff, so it's kind of just pointless.
Yeah,
better off just watching the broadcast.
Requiring the Void Unimasked to be able to get into. I'm excited to see people fight over this POI.
Based on how EU went out as well, the early mid games are a little bit slow if you're only watching one person or a few people.
The Void Unimasked.
Guarding the whole space with a brand new medallion.
Test. What's up?
Like you said, the Shogun's Arena, very similar to the Rift Island in the fact that
space with a brand new medallion.
Test. What's up?
Like you said.
Very nice.
Drops that incredible Shogun X medallion, also called the Wanderer's medallion, which gives you infinite stamina and, more importantly, cloaking while sprinting. And one of my favorite uses I have seen with this medallion during the play-in was definitely from Bryce's solo clutch. We see Ree, Bert, and Bryce were able to grab the high ground, but get chopped out of height, and Ree was actually the one holding the medallion. Bryce is able to see the person that stole it away, gets the elimination, and then gets the medallion, and then instead of going down in like 11th place, he's able to sneakily make his way through the low ground, get a few eliminations, and then go
No win
down
for you? You don't think Reek's gonna get a win?
instead. And as we know, with consistency being important, being able to just make it a few more placements can really make or break your team.
Oh yeah,
Important. Being able to just make it a few more placements can really make or break your team.
Oh yeah, it can definitely always be the difference maker. But listen, that island fighting Shogun X, it seems like you're just up there forever fighting the boss. Like, everybody's obviously gonna notice you're up there fighting, but I think the time invested into going ahead and claiming that medallion is definitely worth it.
Absolutely, man. Infinite stamina. We're like this. We super tight. One final thing to discuss are the brand new boons in the game. They're kind of like these little buffs you can kind of pick up as you're navigating opening elemental chests. But there's one in particular you guys wanted to highlight.
Oh yeah, I would not say that the Void Boon is a little buff. It is a very big buff, especially in the hands of someone like Clix, Batman Booga, and Iamzo, who go incredibly aggressive in their game. And with them landing over in Lost Lake, they're actually able to grab 2 Void Boons there, one through the Elemental Chest, another through the mini-boss, and it really just supports their aggressive playstyle. Whether that's them chasing down players in the early and mid-game, or especially in the end game where they kind of like to stay in the low ground, kind of navigating all the chaos there, and they're just able to grab elim after elim.
Being a an old retired professional Fortnite player, this mechanic with the Void Boon kind of reminds me of the shakedown mechanic that we had years ago, right? You would knock a player, you would go over to them, you would shake it down, you could kind of find out where their teammates are at. But this Void Boon, that effect kind of happens instantly, and it definitely plays into that momentum-based playstyle very, very well, which is why we see some of those aggressive teams work so well with it.
You guys think that any other boons are kind of worth it, right? So obviously this Void Boon, quite powerful. Like you said, it's kind of a shakedown. So any of these other things worth kind of noting right now?
I think the Water Boon can definitely be, especially depending on where the zone pulls, can be incredibly beneficial to some teams that need more heals.
Definitely couldn't agree more. I mean, I've seen several strategies when it comes down to Storm Surge, right? You pick up that Water Boon, you can kind of just go trade tags, right? And just sit in the water and kind of regain some of that damage that you're taking.
Okay, we'll have to keep our eyes out on some of these boons throughout the game. But first, let's give a big welcome to your casters, Jacob PR, Monster D-Face.
Thank you, Zeke. That's right. We are going to be calling the action. Group 1 here for the major. I mean, I couldn't be more excited, Jacob, to be casting with you. It's going to be a ball of a time right now, especially since we got Clix up on the menu.
Yeah, trios wasn't the only thing being shaken up through the offseason. The teams had some late changes as well. Clix, we're talking about it. We're raving about how good they've been. That's not the team that they first had. Iamzo, Batman Booga, they went through Mason. They went through Virgo. Clix was free, and then they swapped on over to him. There are so many teams making these late changes that they're hoping they can succeed from it.
Usual NA fashion, giving us a good shakeup, and now we get to watch how it's all going to play out here for Group 1. I would say this is going to be a roller coaster of the next several weeks, especially as you start gearing up for the future. But for now, we are going to have to focus in on what is at play here. This lobby list is very interesting, of course, as there are multiple teams fighting for some of the stronger drops, like we highlighted a little bit there, Jacob, and I can't wait to see how it all goes down.
Yeah, like our analysts were already alluding to, EU already showed it doesn't matter how big of a name you are not safe today. But there's still plenty of action to break down. Zeke, analyst, take it away.
Thank you so much, Jacob PR. Fantastic to have you. I love that Frankie kind of called out the EU was the better region. We all know which one the better one is. Welcome to it, Jacob PR. Let's kind of talk about a few more things as we prepare for game number 1. Specifically, the kind of look of duos versus trios, right? On paper, at face value, you hear trios, you're like, okay, it's like an extra person, right? Like, we're going to see more of what we're seeing. That's actually not the case. There's so much nuance that goes into just adding even a single person to the mix.
Exactly. There's a couple of topics that people like to hone in on when they're like, oh, wow, listen, now we're playing trios. So communication with an extra person being there is definitely going to be a little bit different, right? You have the extra inventory spots on every single team now, 5 more mats. But one thing I don't see a lot of people talk about is kind of the space, right? A space that an entire team can actually control now with that extra person. And this kind of goes through the stages of early, mid, and late game. But first, I want to take a look at mid game and kind of how it looks there. Of course, the time of the game and one of the most important Fortnite competitive mechanics actually happens, Storm Surge. This is the time in the game where a lot of teams go ahead, they try to get their tags in, and with trios now, the teams can be a lot more spread out, right? They can actually claim a lot more space together. If we take a look at some of these arrows, some of these teams, look at how much space they are actually able to go ahead and hold on to real estate wise right here. Usually in duos, we would see, 2 towers posted up. You're a duo, of course. Now in trios, we can kind of see like 3 towers be posted up on 3 separate hills. And you just have so much control over all of that land now. That space, especially in the middle game, is very, very easy to control.
Yeah, I mean, this might seem obvious, but with it going from duos to trios, we're now going from 50 teams to 33 teams. And with there being even more POIs in this chapter, there's actually, like you said, more opportunity for people to kind of gather more area and space around them, have a bigger territory when they do claim their POIs.
Yeah, exactly. And like I mentioned, this is kind of an idea that happens throughout all stages of the game. And, of course, where all of the magic happens in Fortnite, in the end game, it's also going to be playing a huge part there. I wanted to kind of talk about space and how comfortable trios can kind of feel in the end game now. Of course, very, very small zones that put a lot of these players together. So how much space do you actually really need to feel confident in trios? Let's go ahead and take a look at Clix, Batman Booga, and Iamzo, an example from them. As you can see right there, they went ahead, they landed front side of zone, and they put themselves just 1 box away from another team. Now you might be thinking, wow, in duos, like I'm in metal, I might be pretty safe right now. But no, in trios, you have that little extra bit of firepower because you have that extra man on the team. If we take a look at how they go ahead and approach this, Clix is going to prepare the pre-edits, which are of course very, very strong. 3 people shooting a metal wall like it's absolutely nothing, catching a team off guard. 1 box away is not enough space to feel confident in trios. That's how crazy some of these competitions are going to get.
And speaking of crazy, Vivid, you brought it up just at the start there, saying that comms obviously having an additional person. Viewers, if you have not been able to watch the comms of Clix's trio while they're in, not even in-game, just the entire game, please do yourself a favor. It is, and I say this in the most positive way possible, one of the most nauseating experiences I have ever had. I do not understand how so many people, plus their coach BloodX, can be speaking at the same time, and yet somehow they are still on the same page and able to execute time and time again.
Well, as I heard here, you guys got
She said it. She said it. Nauseating.
We like that.
Nauseating.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's there's so much more that goes into just adding that extra person. I like to kind of think about it, in the past, going from duos. If your duo mate goes down, it's just you 1v2. But now, when that player goes down, it's still a 2v3. You can still make things happen. And when you kind of tie that back to Vivid, kind of talking about this space, it's not over, right?
Yeah, no, definitely not over at all. And listen,
it's not over.
The topic of space, right? We got that extra person on a team now, which means that
no,
every single team is going to need more loot. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look at kind of some of the numbers. How do the contested drop spots of trios kind of compare to duos of last season? So I went ahead and took a look at group number 1 and how many teams are actually going to be contested throughout the games that we actually watched today. And if we go ahead and take a look at what the map actually looks like, see where all the teams are going to be contested. If you add up all of those numbers, it's going to be a total of 16 teams being contested, which 16 times 3, because there's 3 players on each team, that's going to be 48 players total feeling the effects of being contested. And I was like, well, how does that kind of compare to duos, right? These trios need more loot. Like maybe there's going to be a difference in how many players are actually contested. And no, I went ahead and take a look at Chapter 5, Season 3 NAC Grand Finals last year. And it was actually the same amount of players, 48 players were contested last season as well in a completely different game mode. So we're kind of going to be seeing the same kind of effects and fights in the early game.
Am I echoing?
And something that we'll also be seeing again is that because once a team does win, they are no longer going to be playing in this group stage. Some of those contested teams might try and take up a POI from a team that just won.
We saw a little bit of that in EU, right? The moment that a trio becomes uncontested or a spot suddenly goes from 3 trios to now down to 2, that becomes a target, right? Like, hey, someone's out. Maybe we can look to kind of apply that and get a victory out through that, because again, we either need a victory out or we need to come top 5 through consistency. What are you guys hoping to see coming into today?
Ooh, I hope that we don't see Clix's trio get the first victory royale so that we can see them play more than just one game, because I don't want to wait another 2 weeks to watch them play in the FNCS, but I might be asking for too much.
I guess this is the part where
she's a Clix hater.
Lean on old memes, right? Maybe they'll win the
she said their
game for us.
Their comms are nauseating.
Wow. Wowie, 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 wow. Well, we'll see what happens, because it is that time. All right. The first game of the day is ready for us. We'll have 5 today. And once again, big reminder, Victory Royale or top 5 at the end of these 5 matches will auto-qualify a trio straight through to the Major 1 finals. With that being said, it's game time. Find your seats on the bus. Casters.
Thank you so much. And what a long road it has been just to get here, from the FNCS trials to the divisional cups, the play-in stages, to now we are at the Group 1. Golden opportunity for any one of these teams.
That's right. And again, we're going from duo seasons into trios. So forget all that you've watched.
Yeah, so like the format, I guess, is if you get a victory royale, you're automatically in because they give you 1,000 points. So everyone's basically fighting to win.
Shortly, Jacob, and we know there's even going to be action off the drop because I mean,
you guys
it's
down.
Fortnite, right? Look at these drop spots that are going to be highly contested here shortly.
Yeah, almost half of the lobby is going to be contested throughout today's competition. But as Kelly says, when one team is winning, another spot opens up. And we've already seen a lot of shuffles in EU's competition. So I expect to see that same thing here today. Depending
Can the
on
same
if
team win twice?
Team or non-experienced
Can they just
team,
shut
I
it
can really
down?
see things working out. But enough with the guesses. Game 1 is ready. Let's get right into it. This is it. A great opportunity for 33 teams. Some of these teams here today don't have even a singular grand finals appearance, so they can make their own history here today. They can start to build their own dynasty within themselves as an individual and a trio.
And one thing to think about this season,
They make it sound so serious.
When you take a bird's eye view at the loadouts, the type of, battles we're going to see playing out, this is one of the most balanced and one of the most exciting seasons we have seen in quite some time. This chapter is almost perfect for the type of action we like to see. And with that Sentinel shotgun coming into play here, I'm looking forward to seeing how things are going to go down when it matters most. But first, let's jump into the actual action. Some of these areas and teams that we knew were going to be highly contested here already. It looks like Lix, Eddie, and Nick here are setting themselves up for the win and have actually pushed the team out and secure the slurp truck first.
Yeah, you can see a lot of switch-ups already. We've only seen 2 drops already. From what we've already seen through the drop maps, a lot of the preparation, the predictions even, things have already been switched up. Nerves are even getting to people, or we're already seeing the tricks from underneath players' sleeves. Say maybe they're saying, I'm going to drop here, but only as a plan to psych out their opponents.
Well, here at the Mass Metals, as you know, there are 3 teams here. And just like that, I mean, things are going pretty fast. Take a look at from the other side. Jack, Cease and Blake. Cease being knocked right now. Jack, of course, stepping up. What it matters most, probably making this look nice and easy here shortly. All of a sudden now, they find themselves in the lead.
He's slowly but surely becoming a little bit of a household name. Only one FNCS final appearance, playing with experts like Blake and Cease, who I feel like are like a main staple when it comes to a finals. He's going to win that 1v1.
This is kind of like a watch party. It's kind of like a watch party play party.
Now he's going to be hailed as the hero of the early game.
Yeah, that was pretty close, actually. They had the 2-1 advantage there, and things nearly go the other way. Here's a team that I have high hopes for.
I don't know. Is anybody going to actually watch the little box in the corner? I'm live on YouTube, too, so that's about it. I like playing when they play. I don't know why. Feels like I'm playing, too. Bird. I noticed that they've been doing these little, what are they called? The umbrella-looking thing. And they've been doing different ones for how high you get in ranked. And I guess I didn't realize they started doing that because I would have been doing ranked more, so I can get the highest umbrella you can unlock. When did they put these in here? This thing drops with us? That's kind of cool. Was it going longer than it should have? Oh, hold on, my dog needs to go outside. Okay. What the? What was that? What? How did I shoot him? Hold on. I thought I shot him twice. Must have healed that quick.
Have a bit of an elimination lead over the players in the area here. However, that doesn't give them full advantage over what could be storm damage.
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
High on.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So was I echoing before? I guess you can hear me now. Oh, okay, I got you. Am I echoing now? Like, am I doubling up? Okay.
With the shotgun shot, no.
I'm just seeing 'Cause I had to mute it last time because it was doubling up. I guess I don't have to this time. I don't know. Oh, I know why. Because nobody can hear. Okay. I did it somehow last time where the people in the stream could still hear it. Now they just hear me. I think that's what it is. No, yeah, nobody would be hearing your side on the stream the way I have it set right now. But I think if I went like this, because that should be. That's the Fortnite Major Open here. I'm trying to get it working. Hold on.
Take out some of those teams, shift them around due to the groups, and now they have a better drop spot on top of that. I feel like they have success written all over them.
And Shadow's a great player. He's done very, very well in play-in stages, but here's a team we all want to keep our tabs on. Batman, Booga, Clicks, and Yamzo. One of the few
Can you hear that?
More or less broadcasted their entire journey.
The screen?
Live for the world to watch and follow along with. This is a team that
See, that's
has
the issue. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
leaders, I would say, and the comms get crazy once we start breaking our way to endgame. Here it is, though.
I think so.
Creon trying to get rebooted back. We can see on the other side, Eddie's team, they're back as well. Rotating kind of together, parallel, a lot of the way, pump power, another spot where a lot of teams kind of converge to try to gather as much metal as possible. And with the zone pulling in this direction, it is going to pretend to get a little bit more crowded due to the mountain range just east of it as well.
We'll have to see here. Zone's going to pop now. Pump. Power still.
So it should be stream.
Tony, Zeus, and Creon not feeling the congestion here too much. They want to start playing for a little bit more center zone.
Do you hear me doubled up now, though?
Mason and company, though. Already on the move as well. One of the few teams outside of the bubble right now. And off they go with a nice little wide rotate. Notice, we're going to see this a lot, though. Wind, Spirits, not necessarily going to be the option of choice here, but the Waters instead. And here it is. Time to catch a medallion. Which one of these trios are going to be the first to go for it? I mean, Jacob, what do you think?
I'm thinking, like, who's going to be brave? I think it's Visual, Braids, and Emissions will at least try to make it up towards the top. They've been the most aggressive so
I think that's
far
honestly the only way
or at least the most aggressive that we've been
I think,
blessed
yeah,
to see.
can you hear me?
It does look like they're going to be the first ones to make a move. The islands are so spread out, you can still make your way up there. No intention to try to fight the boss, just so you can have a better advantage to try to get Surge. We've seen it a few times, but not too much.
Yeah, it's just so risky coming up here.
Can you hear me now?
For obvious reasons, if you start to get that focus of the boss, and it isn't your intent to actually finish it off, we'll see what happens here shortly. Other teams are all coming up.
How about
it
now?
seem like they all want a little bit of that visual advantage that we just talked about here.
What? This is what I don't understand. I did nothing different from last time.
I wonder if they know that.
I don't.
Because they can try to steal that one away. I'm trying to look at the minimap right now. It does look like they
I'm trying to make it to where
give it up. They're a duo. They see a trio on the other side. You may
the
not
audio input device, because I had to make a
either.
whole new
They're an
audio
aggressive
input
team. That's just
device,
something
so it's hearing
they may
everything
not
that
wanna fight
stream would hear.
at this stage in the game.
Let's see.
Somehow Exoff already 5 uses of his Oni mask.
Stream mix should have my.
So we're not even really deep into the mid game just yet. Things are just getting started here. Look at this super widespread from 8 and higher in Hound, our Demons Dojo team.
Stream mix should have my.
They just have this on lock. Very, very reminiscent to early chapter days when we had that big volcano in the silo here. Almost feels very, very similar in a sense.
Yeah, Yeah, that big battle off spawn, so they were able to get those 3 eliminations, getting contested.
I think it's how I shared this.
To kind of loot up, build the perfect structure, and kind of stay over here without worrying about surge. With the zone pulling over here, there's so many teams that are going to try to rotate towards that north, make their way in from the west as well, and that gives them all the opportunity in the world. It's just all about where it pulls from here is going to be the big question.
I was going to say, it makes sense as to why Hound was down here. He's just fishing this entire time. Team watching the high ground, fishing for storm surge tags, of course.
Can you hear that one?
Uh-oh. Focus was a solo for a quick second.
Do I double up on it?
He's trying to make his way on over along with Owl. They get the short end of the stick when it comes to the pool, just so a lot of other teams do as well all around him.
So the stream is echoing.
North with the eastern side, so you got to remember that team towards Demon's Dojo, Hound and his trio, they must have the best position on the map right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Look at this. The angles from Owl, Pilot, and Andy is how they pick up their first elimination there.
Okay.
Kale, who's out of position. And Pilot, who had a little bit of the low ground here. All of a sudden, they've attracted this trio next door. This does seem to be more of a desperate fight from AO and team here, likely because they know they're going to have problems with damage in the later half of this lobby here if they can't find something here shortly. But Pandy,
so this is how
it's not looking too good for him. The knock goes through.
both the stream and Discord can get the same stuff. All right, here we go. We're good.
Pick up a note. The blades are out. They're trying to break in. They have to leave Pandy behind, and the full finish comes through. There's the update on the damage threshold. We knew it might be a problem for some, and I think it's going to come as a nice update to them that they don't have to worry too much about damage here moving forward for a bit.
Yeah, it was much needed as well, because you can saw AO had no mobility. He had the Fire Oni mask. That's not going to get him across this far pool, but there goes a quick shot. They find another elimination, and that is loot that they need. If you look back on a moment and they place in the top 5 and they find themselves in the Major 1 finals, whether it's a Victory Royale, I feel like this moment right here, these eliminations, this is the turnaround point for this team.
Definitely, as Toronto was the one who really set things up for the win there. You saw it looked like the shot went off right as the Oni mask went off, and that's why his body was just thrown across there. Now we get an update with Cease, Blake, and Jack here, who are 900 damage above. This is exactly what we expect of any veterans in the lobby. And Nicholas and Eddie, a contested team off the drop, find themselves well below here in a fight inside the storm line. These shots are going to matter so much right now, and he's got heals to work with, but the pressure, too much here as he gets sandwiched just outside the pump power here.
Just unfortunate, because I truly believe those 4 floppers would have went a long way if he had his teammates reboot card. With the zone pulling over here, not that much damage with the storm at this stage in the game. Hey, I'm not saying it would have been 100%, but he at least had an opportunity that was cut short by a whole nother team. As Zay and Vibes, 300 damage above the storm, but their position is being threatened. There's a whole trio right next to him with a rotation to make.
Good to see Ducky and Stacks still pairing up here as
well. There we go.
They're trying to take their trio to the end. Big pressure coming in now. But Walker's Larson and 20, one of our veteran trios in the lobby right now. Big damage coming in here from the opposite side, but 20 with the defensive hold here buys Walker's just enough time to go ahead and heal up. They're trying to get together likely for the splash here. No, they have water spirits as well. It's going to fully allow them to reset here. This team has to be careful, but no, caught out. It's going to be a free elimination. They actually find 2 for their troubles here to keep them in the game. And this is only 200 damage above the threshold, so very much barely holding on right now in these moments here.
Yeah, and they get a huge pick-me-up with the loot. Extra heals, good positioning. Everything seems to be working right for them. Zone continues to pull forward. We finally get a glimpse of Batman Booga, Yamzo, and Clicks late in the game. They're just outside of zone, but just one orb can get their way in, and they find their spot, and they quickly set up a base. And this is a team right here. Even though we know they could win from high ground, they can also dominate and thrive in the chaos that the low ground has to offer. And there goes an example. Clicks not necessarily backing down unless he has to, trying to reunite with the team, but the pressure is on.
I want to see Clicks pull out those pre-edits like he is known to do in this type of trio setting, but they are getting pushed back right now. And a very recognizable 0 eliminations for this trio right now. Not something we'd expect, given that Iamzo is someone who not only leads this team, but typically carries in damage. And that trio of Kayexen is still pushing on with Verge there. We'll see what happens here as we start paying close attention. Other teams on the move right now. Encrypted, Sales, and Death also trying to play for this high ground. They're going to be one of the first teams to get up here now. And I like this spot. I like where Encrypted and company have put themselves in. As far as this game is concerned, they should be setting themselves up likely for a high ground hold. We'll see.
Watching the pros play so exciting. There's 50-something left in the lobby still.
They probably had to move a matter of 50 meters all game long, holding the perfect spot. But I think right here, where they're at, that mid layer, high ground can't necessarily target them. Every other team has to...
Oh, yeah, I just don't talk into the mic like I should. I was like, I enjoy watching the pros because there's still like 60-something in the lobby.
Taking on the pressure that comes in from the team on the other side, and they delete them as they walk right into what seems like the trap set from below. Very nicely done.
Yeah, perfect example of why you gotta get Surge very, very early, because they were down on Surge going up against that trio, and they were kind of forced into that altercation.
What happened here? Wow. 20 and Larson fall as Walkers is the last live. When we tuned in, he had 15 uses fresh on an Oni mask there. Now down to 13, so it seems like his team just didn't have what it took to catch up.
Oh, I know, right? And
we knew it.
It's kind of make or break at the very end too, with that.
Hound, Aiden, and Higher still have the high ground here. This is their drop spot as well. Do keep in mind they're likely to have the maximum material here. Comparatively, though, on the low ground, Blake and Cease fighting their way all the way through here. Starting to rack up eliminations here.
Yeah, and you can see their material count is low for at least 2 of the 3 members on the team. So you can see they're trying to figure out a way to get an elimination, get a refresh for those siphon materials or any other resources that they can scramble. But with a 4 pull just like this, majority of the
they only need the win. That's all you need.
It's just too risky at this moment.
I don't know exactly how it works. Like, is everyone playing need a win, or yeah, I don't know. Like,
as other teams haven't even decided to move just yet, and they have a real opportunity here to make a big play, but they are capitalizing on the chance of being able to farm here. And this is again just knowing your zone, knowing your drop here. And it should be honestly a victory if I ever saw one potentially happening here. But wait a second, Clicks, Batman Bugayamzo still in the mix here. Take that Encrypted. The team that had one of the first and early rotates there somehow fall.
Yeah.
And that must be just a lack of communication or a big mistake. Either one, they're going to pay for it here, losing the opportunity now to make it to endgame here in game 1.
Yeah, even with Yamza weak in that moment, Clicks Batman Booga knew the assignment. Hold on to those builds, make sure he could heal up, rotate to zone. You see they immediately drop down. They don't want to be caught at the high ground this early in the game. There's still 4 more.
Well, that's just like, you know, if you're out in the lead, like in this Fortnite, if you're out in the lead, if you're Clicks, if you're like,
they don't want to burn too much material. Notice they are,
you know, Vegas odds to be number 1.
Really trying to
do you go and focus to knock out, like, you let somebody else win this match, you know what I'm saying? And you just go focus on the people that are your competition. I don't know how it works.
Towards the water down low. It is going to get very, very interesting here for our high ground teams. Osid and crew, out come all the Oni masks. This is where the rotates really start to come to life here.
They just changed this format of the championship series. They change the format every year and every season, or every year. So it's different than last year, and I'm like, okay, I got to figure it out by, you know, by summer, I think. I'll figure it out.
On that high ground, knowing nobody can really contest them. There's 14 teams still alive, and I doubt anybody has had an opportunity to look up and down these mountains. There's so much chaos. Now Mason finds himself in a tough spot, stuck underneath, but luckily another teammate is there to save the day.
This really is becoming now a who's who of NA here for the Group 1. All the teams left alive are typically the vets. In and Bryce being one of those ones that I'm looking to highlight right now, but Chance, Mason, and Donnie, a very experienced team, trying to get into those walls, but the defense is looking good here. Reed's holding it down for a second. Can he get shots back? A couple go in. It's not looking good. Mason goes down first, but Chance trades him out with Reed there. It's all up to Bryce now. Can he get the 2v1? Bryce finds one. Can he get the second? Too much pressure from Clicks and company as they come in as the third party there for the big eliminations. And all of a sudden now, it is exactly what we are expecting.
That was
names here making their
actually their competition.
They're moving through the low ground. They're claiming as much space as possible. They haven't really had a chance to look up, or at least not just yet. And that's where this team thrives.
But they took out Reet. Reet was like their, I think he's in 4th or 3rd or something.
They do not hesitate when any one of these guys make a call. They all go as a trio and they bulldoze their way through.
Clix, Iamzo, Batman Booga had a bit of a slow start here, but they are starting to ramp up right now. Materials looking a little light, though, so I am thinking they are going to need a refresher if they want to win this game. Hound, Aiden, and Higher have just played so perfectly, though, on the high ground right now. Very little pressure has come up on top of them here as they've managed to secure this positioning this entire time here. Iamzo, though, finds, hey, yo, that's a little bit of the material that we were looking for him to grab here. Typhoon Blade coming out to help him get up this mountain, but Clix left behind now. Forced to rat down into low ground. Can he find a tag? No. He's going to be the first to go down now. It's up to Batman, Booga, and Iamzo here to clutch out as much points as possible.
Yeah, the trio turns into the duo, but the pressure doesn't stop nonetheless. Now they're feeling it, and they're feeling it even more as they continue to try to back up what little builds they have left, quickly getting expended. As Iamzo moves out towards the left, trying to claim space. We continue to move up this mountain. Hound, Aiden, and Higher have not been contested just yet, but a quick chop. Finally, things are looking tough. As G-Money moves up, Osid is there. They have a contestation, and it does look like Aiden's gonna get dropped.
Zeke is really
Did you just make up a word?
These moments here, G-Monster to back them up.
A contestation?
This is a team that has been here before. They know how to win games, and they've been to final settings. And all of a sudden now, with 3 trios left, it is looking like it is theirs to run away with it, especially since they're only a full team standing right now. Death and Sales as a duo right now are just clinging on, but they have material, they have the mountain, and I mean, it can just be a matter of moments now, Jacob. This team should be winning.
Yeah, Death trying to go up, do something, give himself an opportunity, but it's not enough. Zeke just cleans up. 9 elimination monster. Welcome to the Major 1 Finals.
It's what we thought would happen, right? A team that we expect, and I think some people are happy that we get to see Clix load into another lobby, but what matters is taking home that victory royale in G-Money. Sid got to do it just like that in the end there. They played it very, very precisely as well there, Jacob.
Yeah, that's going to be the 6th appearance for Zeke and G-Money. That's going to be Osid's 3rd appearance in a grand finals. I called this the golden opportunity. Nobody even contested high throughout the majority of the game, but they picked their moment. They picked it perfect, and they took over when it mattered. That is going to have them smiling ear to ear, and guess what? They get the rest of the day off. That was so much action right there, and it's only been 1 game so far, so I'm going to give it all on over to our analyst to break it down.
Thank you so much, Jacob PR and Monster D-Face. Game number 1. Did you see that chaos? Were you there for it? That's what this is all about, okay? And we're going to get to see 4 more games of that. But again, congratulations to this trio. They're going to be going straight to the Major 1 Finals. That means, as Jacob said, hey, they can take the rest of the night off. They can watch, they can learn, they can start forming a plan for the future, their drop spots. Maybe they want to shake things up. It's exciting, but at the end of the day, they got the VR. They're good to go.
Yeah, they are good to go, and now another trio is good to go, potentially looking at Magic Mosses, which is now no longer owned by this trio right here. But big shout-outs to Seek, G-Monster, and Sid. What an incredible performance. And we saw them during the play-ins. They had a great run. We already saw them grab a victory royale right there. And their ability to know when to take height. You heard Jacob talk about it. There was a trio all the way from zone
Rider. Now you get to see a not pro, a non-pro. I'm a pro in attitude. Does this look different? Why does this look? Hold on, this looks different. Did they change this? Looks like somebody put the boat together. I don't know. That's weird. The bridge is getting put back together. That's good to know. Fortnite for you. Hey, we're gonna change the map on you. We're not even gonna alert you when you get into the game again. Wow. OG Season 2 changed. Okay. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. This isn't OG Season 2. Well, I'm glad the map changed. Oh, that's what I want to do. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to... I wanna... The all-time best right here in this column. And then where I'm currently at in this column. So we got Battle Royale. The best I've done is Diamond 1. That was Chapter 5, Season 3. So I'm getting ready to try to beat that. And then Reload, I'm on my current best. That's the goal there. Okay, what changed? So they're adding to the bridge. That's it? The bridge is getting repaired? Oh, hi. Seriously? missed. Bro, I don't care about... I don't... I think I turned that back on just the other day in settings. Off. Thanks. Appreciate you. Da-da. Right there. I knew he was coming too, like right when I saw the footsteps. Boom. Okay. Time it, time it, time it, time it, time it, time it. Just miss everything when you do it though.
Third place here, really showcasing that a high elimination game or a high placement game can really propel you up in the standings.
So I guess everyone is at least. I guess everyone is at least fighting for 6th place. We're gonna have to get into Tiger Stand. What am I missing? What's that? Oh, clicks? I didn't check. I didn't check. I don't know if it's going to be a cumulative thing that they've already done some points, or they're just starting it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think he had different teammates in the first thing, so he's got lower points overall. Okay, nothing here. And I mean absolutely nothing. I can't even get up there. Seriously. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's nice here too. I was I actually went to Lowe's today. How are those not? Yeah. Went to Lowe's and picked up a .com order. Don't worry, this gun's not aiming right, so I don't know what's going on. Kind of frustrating, actually. I don't know it yet. Well, because you're going through Discord, it's on super slow setting. Like, I don't pay for the extra quality. You may see it as a little bit of extra lag on your end. But no, there was... oh, you don't? Oh yeah, because I reset the game. Because it just seems like it wasn't. I was on point. I've got the little crosshair on my monitor, and I was on point on those shots, and that pistol just didn't hit him at all. Easiest shots too. I'm like, okay, something's up. Maybe it's just not me, just missing. But then again, maybe it is. Hey, I don't know. Interesting if you think about it. We're almost there. Man. Yeah, I think so. That's not good. How is she? I mean, she's flew right now. Man. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough being sick and then also taking care of somebody that's sick. GG. You can't see a video? How about now? Interesting. I had to reshare the screen in Discord. I don't know. It looked all right on my end. I need to just stop landing over here. He's already in that thing? How did that happen? Hello. Yeah, I saw this. This was new. Explosive repeater. I thought someone else was in here. It's really how I'm sitting in this office chair. It's so weird. I don't know what I like. I'm running out of room, I guess, on my desk. But I moved my screen, and then when I tried to go live here to talk on the mic boom was hitting the back of the screen. I'm like, how did the screen move so much? What? How did that not work? He's been doing it a while. Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't heard that name in a while. That wasn't reloaded so bad. I keep thinking there's only one in that explosive rifle, and there's not. There's so much more. All right, I need to watch these guys. Yeah, I use the explosive as if it was one shot in my mind. That's what messed me up.
Eyes on Magma, lost him for a second there. Joshy's got the high ground from this major city here. Batman Booga
We get a Dr.
setting up
Peppers.
a little bit of a side angle, gets punished for it, unfortunately. As Void Oni Mask is out, so he'll be able to teleport if he has to.
They know if anybody's up there, they got to move towards the south. They're just kind of hoping they move in their direction. But we can see on the mini-map, they're choosing to rotate a little bit towards the west before they make their downward pull towards the south and inevitably the zone. And that's where it's kind of up to Click, Siamzo, Batman, Booga. They have a little bit of a better position. They can cut them off, or they can kind of rotate directly in towards zone and get a better position.
Jumping in with Beast. Full team down right now. Makes them probably regret their decision to land at the Magic Mosses if can't get the pickup here, but off to Reboot Van we go. Deep into the storm here. There's a team waiting. Little does he know, likely another team trying to play for a pickup here shortly. It's Aiden, Hound, and Hired. We knew that they were going to have to force a fight given that they gave up their contested drop. Teams have backed their way out. And it's looking very, very good for them right now as they get to secure this elimination here. That's going to be a 2 special piece right there. And off they go, rotating south now. Well,
it's just
barely
tough.
cost them anything.
Yeah, it's just tough for you can see the solo player in the mini map. No matter what happens here, the zone's going to continue to pull towards the south. You have to be able to move quick, loot quick, whatever shambles are left over, and that's how funny the eliminations came to be. It's a great job from that trio to kind of realize that they're all separated as solos and to act quickly.
We got Ayo, Toronto, and Liam playing a little bit of high ground here. They're inside the storm, though. Not too sure if it was safe to make the rotate. Out comes the Oni Mask. It's going to be a big rotate there, leaving them completely exposed. You see the shots coming in. Does seem like they have the team watching them out right now.
Okay, 57 points for this team, not necessarily all having the same mobility out of that last
So that
game,
Falcon Peter bot,
work with what they have.
that's the
This
that's
time around, though, does seem a little bit
the
easier.
world champion of
The
last year.
void mask, you see the fishing rod that they're hoping to utilize later in the game, depending on where the zone pulls.
And,
since it is
I don't know if he's just relaxing or what, but I think he's in third. Let's see.
Just got to be able to rotate there first before other teams get the same idea.
Another team watching from just outside, not too far off. Ducky, Cube, and Stacks here with the high ground. And we have the the fake Falcon Peter Pot.
I think that's Jeff.
Oh, the fake Falcon? Never mind. Not that one. Never mind.
Oh my gosh. In the lobby right now.
It's one of those things too. You see a team rotating in behind you a little bit late in the zone. It pulls further and further away. They have to make the decision right now. How long do you stay here? Try to hold so many other teams that are in the same spot as you, or do you try to rotate out early? Try to get over that mountaintop, because you see there's already one team in the mini-map waiting on the edge of that mountaintop to try to get surge for all these teams that have to move up that elevation.
Now, this team here may be full-on trolling with their names, but their position in the tournament is super sound at this current Game 2 here. They have so much material to work with. The loadout looking very solid here. They could push off most teams. Do keep in mind, Ducky's trio that was on the high ground barely had any mats. It seems like they have had a bit of a struggle here outside the mass meadow, and they're sticking around trying to see if they can actually find a refresh. And I don't know how I feel about this, as Jeff and trio are looking to jump in. Those wood mats are not going to save them for long, and an all-out war breaks out here, and it is not good. Casualties on both sides here as Cube falls, but Ducky with the instant res. Stacks trying to fight up top. Puts up a good defense here, buys themselves a little bit of time, and takes down Jeff with the knock trade there.
Thought it was going to be easy, run into a
Yeah.
Typhoon Blade, but Stacks still gets caught out. Fortunately, he was separated by himself. HQ
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Getting the revive. 385 above Storm Surge. All they need to do is survive this moment right here, but HQ takes a big shot. You know he has the possibility of going down to the Storm.
Like, they edit so quickly, you don't even see them edit.
So
like,
they're just going all in. Now or never, putting it all on the line, and they get another knock onto Kaz, but just a little bit too late for the Siphon really making play here, and even more teams shooting back in that direction, all for nothing, because everybody gets taken out.
Yeah, one player left here. Tyrion fanboy trying to stay alive right now. He's gonna fall to the storm though. Unfortunately, no credit for Munker there, even with all that extra attempted help. But it's Toronto in team that seem to be pushing in right now. And oh wait, Exoff actually did make it out. So one of their teammates are still alive here, down to the low ground. But what was the communication? It seems like he didn't recognize the trio was still sitting in the storm there, and down he goes. Well, look at this. This is going to surely jump up Toronto and AO. Continued inside of that top 5 standing there.
There might be more, though. I'm thinking, but wait, there's more, because I see a solo player exposed down there. They're going to go back for that Mass Meadows reboot.
That's what I'm actually trying to look up right now. Let's see.
2v1 in the same box to get the elimination.
I got this. I got about this far.
How long he waits as a solo before he
I'm
tries
looking
to make
up.
a move.
First place for everything.
Jack sees Blake from being contested to now.
I don't know. I'm gonna see if I
playing
can
this
find it.
mountain here for a couple zones. Is going to finally be forced to move as things start to pull west here. I do like this area for general endgame as we're leading right into Canyon Crossing here shortly. Other teams already set up, as it seems like the islands have spawned in as well. Look at this, full team behind them right now as they're sitting on this launch pad.
Yeah, and typically I wouldn't necessarily like the launch pad. You can see they're kind of set up with their surge base. It will be a short pad. This is kind of how that fight started. Look at the game. It almost seemed like Stacks said, you know what, forget my shock and let me join in on the fun with the Typhoon Blade. There goes another slam right there. He is just going absolutely crazy. Kaz trying to sneak a shot on the other side, but by then, the damage has been done.
Yeah, it was looking like he almost clutched up 2 sets of eliminations there, but unfortunately, the reses ended up going through. Here we get to see what team took the high ground for the islands that spawned in. It's going to be Amplify, Lures, and Mississippi here.
So I guess this is how it worked. They had
They need more
the
damage.
divisional
Good activity
cups,
happening
and then
below
now
them.
we're in group 1.
Really set themselves up. No points earned just yet for this trio here.
Think.
So game 1 was a wash.
Let me see how many go on from group 1.
You got to really hope to get damage. You see them 141, 191, increasingly higher, because if they have to go down off of the arena to try to fight for their surge, just remember, Monster, they gotta glide. They gotta void their way down. A lot of their movement is gonna be projected by moves way ahead that everybody can see.
That's right. Can't telegraph it too easily. The team will end up waiting for you. Meanwhile, Jingson and Andrew here, just outside the Warriors' watch right now in a surge battle. Back and forth here. Splash is starting to be used super early here, but Andrew lit up. Time to get out of here. Can't really afford to mess around here too much longer. Surge starts to turn on, and this is probably going to spell the end for this trio here if they can't find a fight, or at least a couple tags here shortly. The arena's already pushed out. The arena islands are pushed out of the storm, so they need to be looking up or at least finding tags on his team's free rotating in front of them. And you can tell desperation is kicking in here. Sin doesn't even wait for his trio at all. He is full committing right now, trying to put the tournament on his back, but no, he is unfortunately not going to be able to do it. Doesn't look like Jings is going to be able to either. And that's going to send this trio back to the lobby there after earning their first set of 6 points. But it happens. It happens even to the best of us.
Yeah, I believe the early game, getting caught off guard, going down, forced to reboot, sent them so far behind. We're just seeing the results of the Typhoon Blade in action. They're just trying to spray him down, but not without at least one of their teammates feeling the pain. Canyon crossing. Don't see a lot of fights going down over here. With the zone moving in this direction, sometimes push comes to shove. You got to do what you can. Cricket's down. Nox is able to get at least one elimination, trying to gather as much space and loot as possible while picking up the eliminations. Those points are crucial. And with the zone moving in, he realizes, I cannot be the hero. I have to go on as a solo.
Yeah, I like that play right there. Just gets out, finds himself a nice secure set of eliminations, and now it's just play for the storm here. Unfortunately, that was a bad Void Oni throw there. He's got to find a little bit more head space, but teams up above are not really allowing him to do so. There he goes, and just inching his way forwards right now.
Oh, man. Look, I searched a thing here. And it says, here's a video, and it says, format fully explained in 14 minutes. Oh my goodness, 14 minutes to explain the format? No, come on now. The winners take the crown. That's the format.
That was perfect. That was a very, very nice read right there.
14 minutes to explain.
It doesn't get easier than that. Meanwhile, we got Verge, Tyan, and WTJ Steph Curry right now cooking it up here. This is a very interesting end zone right here, going straight into the Shogun Solitude. And look at the way it's playing out, right? We're talking like a lot of terrain at play here.
A lot of different elevations. I feel like I can count on one hand alone how many times it's ended up here. So wrench has been thrown in.
It's rigged. He just said it.
It's exciting to see at the same time. See how a lot of these teams deal with this, especially on the side of the mountain.
He said, I can't count on how many times it's landed over here. I guess the storm pulling that way. And I'm like, it's rigged.
Steph Curry with the first shot, and he hits it down onto a minute. The other teammates are still alive. They're still putting down pressure, trying to save the day.
This is all in a matter of moments as the rotate was going through. Take a look at that. Went from 6 points on up to about 6 eliminations. Meanwhile, Clicks, Eobzo, and Batman Booga remaining calm, right? Even amongst all this battling happening around them, they still haven't picked up a set of eliminations. They've managed to barely stay afloat here on the surge damage, and again, this is not what we expect of them. However, they have been slow and steadily making their way into endgames, and these critical moments now, that's the refresher this team's going to need here.
Yep, quickly moving to the build, making as much space as possible. Yep, that's teamwork.
What always surprises me is like they know just the furthest distance to stand to still be able to activate the thing. And it's like, man, I always get too far away. Like I'm just like, I gotta scoot just a little bit closer to the chest.
I thought for a second they were gonna take the zip line and just destroy.
Scoot just a little bit closer to the edit.
Hey, anything is possible at this point here. A little little glimpse of what's going on there. Look at the congested side on the north there. That's what happens when it starts pulling up and out of the canyon there. It is straight vertical terrain at play here. Meanwhile, Cease and crew get the first dibs here on the new territory. Now they are using their Void Oni mask to rotate very early, so they're likely effectively giving up the high ground here. Most teams will want to throw it late so you can build on top of it. So I am interested to see who's going to come out on top after this entire exchange is over.
I feel like you're reading my mind right there, because this next zone, as it does pull down, that's all fine and dandy, but you can see towards the west, see towards the east. If the zone pulls there, it's going to go up the mountains. It's going to be a roller coaster of emotions. Anybody that chose to go for the low ground is hoping for a north or south pool.
It looks like Ree and Bryce might be the first teams to go for high ground here. Cease opting to play that mid ground there. You can see he's just trying to make his way up this mountain a little bit, but Jack is left behind now. Finally, they do get to one another, and they are just trying to figure out what is happening here on their layer. Meanwhile, Ree and Bryce do have the high ground as a duo here. No Vert alive now, and look at this. They haven't even earned themselves any eliminations this game. It's going to bounce right back in the direction in which they came.
Yeah.
I love that they're taking the time to farm here. That's going to make a huge difference for them.
Yeah, and if they can position themselves early, we saw it in that last game. Not too many teams have the ability to look up on that high ground team because of all the chaos. And then now you add in the fact we're moving back up those mountains that we just came down from. Nobody is going to have an easy road throughout this next rotation.
Look, and Ree and them only had 2 uses left on the Oni mask, so they do have to be very, very cautious on how they end up utilizing it. So we're only in zone 9.
I just started getting confused when it said 33 teams will place, and I don't know, the numbers just were getting weird with me.
They're just gonna build it out. They're gonna try to hammer this one out with mats.
Because there's got to be 100. So there's only can be 33 teams fully.
Onto their layer is going to be a huge mistake here for Encrypted and Sales. We already know Sales didn't have an Oni mask, so he was slowing down Encrypted's rotates there, and it just turns into pure punishment now as Yamzo is loaded on material now. He's starting to focus up the high ground here.
And this is the stage of the game right now. 16 teams still alive. We're barely starting to get into placement, so there's a lot of pressure put onto Encrypted with his teammates going down. Batman, Booga, Clicks, Yamzo, they have an opportunity to look down and they find another elimination. They know they need these resources. They're looking to make it far in this game.
This is very interesting. Yamzo makes the call, get down here, get those materials and keep playing it out, but it's going back up the mountain. Mistakes may have been made. We'll see if they have enough gas in the tank to get up top. Aiden and Hound come flying up and under, but Bryce and Reet playing a 2-man defense here from up above have to be careful. And Bryce is all the more scared of how he's seeing all these players come up. Yup, he ends up giving it up. 30 mats, no mats now. Make it count here. Meanwhile, Crook and Kicks left alive here. Teams are just falling apart here. It looks like it's all duos left at this point.
Yeah, the high ground. See, there was a knock up there because nobody can look up.
So,
they do get the
so West is playing? Okay, maybe that's what was throwing me off.
Forced to clutch up here as a solo. They find that one elimination, the resource
oh, yeah.
the side of the mountain, trying to get the front side of the zone, but just too many teams cutting their path off, making it hard, making a tough rotation, including the high ground. This is their chance to put pressure down on all these teams, get them to waste those resources so when the end game happens, they can take it with ease.
One of the only full trios left above have high ground right now. Yamzo, Batman, Booga have the mats to play this one out, but they're going to continue to play the low ground here, play for positioning, and most importantly, the eliminations here on the front side of the zone. Plenty of heals to go through as well, as they're going to start to...
Okay, because West is next week.
Yamzo looking for the edit here, nothing cuts
and then,
through.
okay, last trains qualifiers.
At this point, they just need to find a moment here to breathe, but Shadow, Tyler from the Flooded Frogs, all the way down to Shogun Solitude, still in the game right now, still have a chance, but they have no material left. It's just up to Tyler.
Yeah, so many teams are ripped to shreds, missing 1 or 2 players on their team. Forced to have a couple players clutch up. Tyler, Shadow.
Okay, that's what was throwing me off. There's a West. Last year there was just the Central, I thought.
As Hound goes down, a much-needed elimination. He's going to get the siphon, the material, a pick-me-up opportunity as he orbs to the high ground.
Well, let's see if he ends up focusing height. That's what I want to know. Is high ground going to be able to walk away with this, or will a chance open up here? But first, Tyler and company keep fighting through. It's all up to Shadow now. Onto low ground. He ends up punishing finishing. Iamzo with a monster shot there, but no elimination comes through. It's up to Batman Booga, the healthy one, to hold things down now in the low ground. He is out of material. Iamzo's got everything. He tries to drop him a heal. Iamzo finds Shadow there. Payback in the exchanges. And it is all going down right now. How is Iamzo still alive here? Siphon is keeping him in the game, but in the end, a second place for Batman Booga. Clicks and Iamzo there, and our high ground teams do seem to
what is it? Is it just black?
I'm not even in the game, and seeing Iamzo get those eliminations,
I don't know.
my life flashed before my eyes, thinking he could.
That's crazy. So that was just the
Sliver
Clicks
of
team just got
HP,
second.
Turns around, gets the elimination off to Shadow, and that's when I thought that opportunity changed. But you gotta give it up. They turned this game around almost.
I'm just watching the health fly back up.
You want to be in the top 10, but you also want to just get the shoe-in, the automatic win.
They played it masterfully from up above, putting pressure down relentlessly, not giving the low ground teams a chance to actually bounce back. And look at this, Kicks goes with the full commit with no mats, cuts off Batman Booga. He doesn't see it coming, and just like that, they win the game. Congratulations, match number 2 is gonna go to Kicks. Level 1 Crick and Totem Hand. Zeke, tell me what you got as we send this team to finals.
Alrighty.
You know what
I appreciate you stopping by.
Fortnite, I love the chaos that we get to see in these end games. They're so crazy.
Hey, you too. Enjoy the nicer weather too.
Same thing happened. High ground winning games, which is crazy, Kelly and Vivid, because you would think that's not the case, right? You think these Void Oni maps kind of make that something you can kind of manage, but for Kicks and company, they're like, hey, we'll just hold it down. You guys fight down below. We'll get a victory royale, and now they're going to the Major 1 finals.
Well, just like what we saw in Game 1, the team that was holding high ground for majority of the early moving zones did eventually drop it, and it's really the teams that are kind of paying attention to not just the action that's going on low to middle ground, but also paying attention to that high ground, realizing when teams are getting weak up there, and then taking advantage of that, using the Oni mask to be able to teleport up there, and then hold the high ground from around Zone 10, Zone 11 on.
Yeah, I mean, I felt bad for Rigo watching that game. They positioned themselves so well on the east side of the zone and ended up pulling West all the way over to the
you have, these guys did well. They're currently in 7th, right? That's striking distance.
Yeah, especially considering
Third-partied.
they're landing all the way over in Flooded Frog, so that was quite a rotation that they had to make all the way in Shogun Solitude. But, I mean, again, Curve going down, that didn't slow down Shadow or Tyler at all. They were able to kind of control this middle ground right here and use to the advantage of where the zone was pulling.
Yeah, I mean, one of the craziest things that I actually saw amongst this clutch that this duo had was Tyler ended up getting caught in the back of the zone, right? Ended up having to use the Void Mask to kind of go up right there, and somehow Shadow made his way immediately back to Tyler, right? The regrouping right there amongst this duo was incredible. Picked up a couple of points, and Kelly, like you mentioned, the clutches, they're going to be super, super important for securing the top 5 in the consistent leaderboard, and we've already seen so many today.
I really think also this shows just Shadow being the veteran of this trio. Although all of them do have great performances, Shadow really is kind of the leader of this trio here. And being able to not just be a leader, but also be able to frag it at the end is such an important part. And we actually had a few interviews with some pro players earlier on asking what the differences were between duos and trios. But something I thought really interesting that one of the pro players said is that trios this time around is so much different than what it was 3-4 years ago, in the sense of those traditional roles of the IGL, the fragger, and the support aren't really there anymore. Everyone kind of needs to be able to play all the roles, especially as a fragger.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I always love kind of getting the insight from the players, right? Because we can kind of talk about what we see, but them as a player is always going to be that extra perspective that we may not always get. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for that, Kelly. I also wanted to highlight, Vivid, you mentioned Reet and Bryce there. In that one situation, they kind of burn a ton of materials to kind of claim this front side of zone on this hill, right? And a lot of people would look at it and go, wow, this is a big moment for them. But then the zone decides to bounce in a completely opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, a quick look at their materials right there while they're on target. You can see that somebody was really invested in that position right there and just instantly ended up getting contested. Maybe the trio saw that they were only a duo up there, but that's for them, right? You are a duo at the end of the day. Might as well try to claim one of the best positions in the game and kind of just work with it. Unfortunately, though, the Oni Mask making the rotations way easy for some of those trios to get to the other side.
Yeah, and something you called out earlier too, where it was Zone 7 or Zone 8, where Reet and Bryce had a great position, and then the zone just pulled the exact opposite way. So maybe they were a little embittered by the zone. They're like, no, you know what? We're taking height anyway.
Sometimes it goes your way, right? And just the RNG nature of the game, sometimes it doesn't, right? The zones will do what the zones do. But with that being said, it is again that halfway point of the competition. 3 games left to go. Remember, Victory Royale or top 5 at the end of these 5 games.
Also replenishes those uses if you used it early on, whether you're just trying to get as much damage as you can for Surge or just simply trying to rotate and becoming the target of that. And with this zone pulling in this direction, it does look like a lot of the teams are leaving it to go towards the west, up towards the north side of the map. You see Magic Mosses, you see Flooded Frogs just on the outskirts, and that's where they're putting a lot of their attention in this early game.
So far, Higher Hound and Aiden have played very, very well, have seeded themselves up towards the top 3. Jumping in with Braid's visuals in a minute here. It's a team that is very well versed with one another here, duoed together for a long time, now looking to pair up as a full-on trio. We should be able to see them beat this team here as they have the advantage and definitely the aggression here. Take a look at that. Comes right in onto Pyam, and it seems like these are some of their old builds as well, so mistakes were made. The trio rotating through their builds.
Trying to look at me, I do believe that Solo was able to get on out. But it's not over just yet, because if he has any opportunity here, he has to go back down towards the south. So what that Solo player here behind the tree is banking on right now, he's hoping for the farthest north pool in the history of the game. So that way everybody has to rotate towards the north, give them an opportunity to go into the storm while it's not doing too much damage. But he has to survive this first.
Braid's wants to farm this tree. Oh, the shotgun shot comes out. I was wondering if he was going to wait a second there, but no. Tries to take the opportunity into his own hands, and unfortunately couldn't even get the exchange there. And it cost Diminish Braids and Visuals a lot of damage, but it's worth it to get the points there.
Dropped him down to just 11 HP. Just a couple more seconds in his solo fight, man. That would have been his, but his team Walker's Larson coming inside the map. Sacrifice we see all too often. You know, take the damage that the Storm is going to do, try to get as much surge, and then rotate in front of that team, knowing you can consistently try to look back and get that damage.
We've seen Tarum crazy now and Recco right now. In a bad situation before, but I don't think they've ever been this bad coming this late into the game. It's from the hands of Larson, Walkers, and 20. Again, this is very much quality trio finals in the past. Curve, Shadow, and Tyler needing that caliber, that expectation. They're sitting at the Magic Monsters. Remember, this is the Flooded Frogs team, right? So we expect them to come in fully loaded every single time, and that's exactly what their build is looking like.
Yeah, I expect them to have that void boon where you get a knock. Kind of like that shakedown vid was talking about where it marks nearby enemies. Even if they're not on the trio that you knock, which makes it such a good asset to have. As Sync's one of the ones that goes down. Jing's just running around. He's trying to save the day. You saw him grab the body, trying to bring it back. Even Andro was there, but we definitely know how that one ended.
Looking back at some of Larson's history, it wasn't until just a couple days ago he was still looking for a trio for the FNCS. So in the final moments, things seem to come together with folks that he knows. Happy to see them find the success right now.
Hey, they're just banking on the zone continuing. It all really depends on how much surge you've been able to into these things. Leave your spot to try to hunt for surge elsewhere when you've already set up. Clicks, Batman boots, the same thing. We've already seen them multiple times throughout this game. Hunting around players for surge, not necessarily risky early game fights, but doing just enough to stay ahead of the curve.
I thought we expect them to play finals as well. A couple games away from seeing them be set there. Should they stay consistent? Just a lot of aggression out of this team.
Luckily for Hirehound and Aiden, there's a lot of barrels, free loot. On this side of the map, you see 3 of them there. I know there's a couple more scattered around the different islands, so it's not going to take them too long to try to get their shield and HP back up and start to put work on that boss. Get that Wanderer's medallion. You can already see they already got the Demon's Dojo, Oni Mask, so that one's a good part of their rotational tool. And now that they have the high ground monster, they shouldn't have to worry about surge either.
You can see this is the advantages of course, taking the boss out in trios. You can melt them pretty quickly should they all focus fire, but even then it takes some time, all right? This is not, you know, a quick elimination onto the boss by any means. Still takes a little bit of time in order to do that, but no one wanted to come on up here. We're gonna have this full island to themselves right now.
It's a good spot right now in zone 2, kind of in the center. You see Clix' team on the mini-map towards the top left, but they're taking advantage of the team that's rotating in from Brutal Boxcars. Trying to pad as much damage as can. They got some extra shields on top of the ones already there due to the boss that they just taken down. So trading Surge doesn't look like a bad option for me.
Meanwhile, much more chill here at the Flooded Frogs for Shadow, Curve, and Tyler. They go back to their trusty box. They've continued to fish, and this is, you know, I would say becoming the meta, right? Like, really has risen in popularity, fishing early into the game to secure yourself a plentiful set of shield fish here.
I believe it's like a 50% rate of getting a shield fish from fishing, something around those lines, and that's why you see it kind of popularized. You've got a lot of the teams saving at least one item slot for the fishing rod. On the other side, See a whole fight breaking down between two teams, but there's still two more teams outside of that on the outskirts, and even one more all the way towards the south watching this. So as much as this might seem like a straight up 3v3, it's so risky, it's so dangerous, you got to be careful, and that's where you see Mason go down. He's the first one to drop. Chance wall to wall with 20. Larson on the other side. This is not the best spot to be in, but if you're doing damage like that, it might as well be.
It's the second time Chance, Mason, and Donnie go back-to-back fighting Walkers in trio. So far, Walkers does have the knock lead here, but Chance is looking to settle the score right now. Another team looking inwards. This is not looking hot right now for 20 Larson and Walkers. We've expended a lot of heals and now starting to run low on material. Meanwhile, Chance gets the sandwich going from the other side, but the new trio is still firing in. Somehow, they're going to play to pick up Larson here. And it's actually that team that was on the outskirts, Nile and team, who were looking extremely worse for wears. They're likely sensing the blood and water here, right? Thirsty for these elims, but things start to settle now.
That's why you just can't get caught off guard, especially with a tough rotation to go on top of this. So surviving this isn't going to be enough. 20 Walkers and Larson saving grace as they find themselves 536 above the damage threshold. They just need to simply focus on their rotation in, which sounds easier said than done because there's at least 3, 4, 5 teams next to you trying to make that same play.
Yeah, they got to get to a river. They got to start fishing here. 20 has that fishing rod. All the other teams have long gone now as they're focusing on the rotate, but Larson, 20, and Walkers there are definitely feeling the pressure of the fight. Meanwhile, Vert, Bryce, and Reet chilling here at the Brutal Boxcars. This is their drop, of course. The advantages of just being able to hang out, farm surge from the high ground is definitely taking its part here. You can tell because they're 800 above.
Yeah, this is one of the most decorated teams. You can see the quick stat there. They've all played 12 or more grand finals. They have a total of 48 finals appearances as a team. One of the most experienced team in the lobby with 800 damage above the surge. They've pulled yet another zone as well. They're giving themselves option here as this game continues.
Here's the thing, Vert's seen the championship. Reed's been there, right? This is the only team in the lobby actually here in Group 1 that has a decorated FNCS championship under their belt. Talking about this team right here though, Now and Recco, like I said, when we jumped in with them before, they were just out of the fight completely. It seems like they've lost a teammate in the process, but just struggling to kind of stay in the game, find that silver lining. They're going for the super wide rotate, so this is going to be a huge disruptor, I would say, to the lobby right now, but moving straight into potentially Batman Bugha's trio there.
Another elimination gets cleaned up as we tune in to Tony, Zeus, and Creon. Getting it in the zone as well, just under the Shogun's arena, right above them. Where we know that one team's already positioned up, a few more on the outskirts making their way over towards Brutal. And this is where you gotta start thinking in your head. It moves over towards Brutal. If it continues to go towards the east, a little bit towards the south, we're gonna have those mountain ranges that we saw just like that last game.
Not even mad at those mountain ranges. They have given us a very interesting end game so far. Keeping us completely on our toes, man. You just don't know where things are gonna go at that point. Surprised we got a well-behaved water spray here. Let's see if it takes off running like usual. Only 55 above for Hound and Aiden. This is about the worst we've seen them.
Yeah, I almost got to think it's got to be something with the loadout. The Veiled SMG doesn't do a ton of damage. I believe I saw maybe a Fury on the other side and maybe one Hollow Twister. So you're kind of banking on one teammate to get the majority of your damage, especially when you kind of separate yourself so far from the rest of these teams, and now they're 71 below, and this is where in their mind they're gonna have to make that decision. Do I go box fight a team for Surge or continue to try to play the game plan that hasn't worked so far?
And it's so unfortunate because they have this ultimate positioning right now over the lobby, and they're gonna have to give it up. Yep, look at this. Entire team punished. Surge is now completely active. They're going to have to full splash up, and still no big opportunities have presented themselves just yet here. They're trying to weather the storm right now, quite literally here.
Choosing to out heal as much of the damage as possible. Holding on to their position above. Oh, finally, it does look like they're going to try to make their way down, and they have to orb their way down there because you saw what happens otherwise. They run right into another team, but Hound's going down. Aiden's going to follow. High R's just left by himself, and there's no heals, but at least his teammates did their job. They're 4 damage above the threshold.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough. This just means that another team picks up the pressure here. They find a tag, and look at that. Sets them right back into the same situation he was in before. Now, granted, he's got some extra heals left over here, so he will be able to play for something here. It's a glimmer of hope stays alive, but it's going to be only a matter of time here. Hey, you know what? He might actually rat his way to placements. So,
he could. The only thing that
looking like
it's going to be a long game if that's his plan, because placement points haven't really even begun to set in just yet, but at least he's trying to give himself an opportunity. You see him moving back on over to Island, trying to get as much of the loot that was left behind, and especially since every single team is stuck down below him, and because of the wind tunnels that they don't want to take those towards the high ground, it's going to be Mask and Typhoon Blades as a way of rotation for everybody.
There it is. The movement starts to come out. Zone's popping its way back towards the Magic Mosses. And if you're on the backside, you are late to the party at this point, so Oni Mask going to be the best way to, of course, get across here. Steph, Cayenne, and Verge are on the way right now. Right behind the trio they go. Ooh, you can
saw that, right?
Also, yep. He has the boon there.
Thanks for that crash from Aiden and Howard.
Mm-hmm.
I almost would like to have seen them utilize that just a little bit more, but hey, one team trash is another team's treasure. They can definitely use that, especially if they get separated in a solo clutch situation. As Yamzo, Batman, Booga, and Clicks continue to try to make their way into the front side of the zone. They usually want to be one of the first teams there, claim space, and be able to...
Yeah. Looking.
We're good.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, coming. No,
Surprise, motherfucker. Be a good boy and follow.
yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna show the kids about. I'll try it again.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah. Mark. Just mark. I'll get there. I'm with you.
Bro, this shit. Like...
Gareth, these are looking.
We can jump pump this
We can run free on it, Batman. Coming. Hold on, free. Watch him cover back. Okay. Watch around, they're gonna do it.
Cat.
4-4-0, 4-4-0. What are you, Batman?
Here, take this, Yamza. I'm 4-1-1.
Oh. Here, Batman. Yeah, I'll try my hardest. Fucking hard.
100 pick on the ground for you.
Dropping you a little bit more, just in case.
I know, he's capped.
You pick it up, Batman. Just in case, bro. I'm 4-1-0.
We have 18 chucks. Here.
I'm 90.
Take that, Clicks. Take that.
Alright. I'm on.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm
with you.
I'm chugging.
Chill
He's
over
fine, I
there.
think, so.
Okay, coming.
I need like nothing, by the way.
Get right here. Cody, got it. Never mind.
30?
More. Got it.
Bro, we're gonna kill someone.
Okay. Kids to our left, fellas. To our left.
Okay.
Lots to our left.
Yeah, can we free it?
I'm playing with Zell. Box,
Yeah,
get in.
good.
Okay. Okay, one stop. Bomb big.
Yeah, I'm chugging once.
Yep. Look for a low hit. I'm with you, Batman. I'm with you. On your right.
Right there.
Coming, Zell. In the box. Hold. Bro, what? In the box.
Yeah. He's invis.
Got it.
Get it.
It's fine. I have mask. Yep. I got hit behind me.
Chugging you, chug.
Okay.
No more.
Yep. That is holding. Wayne zone.
Where has this head been going?
Coming.
I've God mats, guys. I'm tugging.
Here. Okay, got it. I'm chugging us.
Yeah, do it.
Here, pop in here.
Here, take this.
3 in front of us. There's one.
One
One in front of us. So.
Dead.
40. Dead.
Dead.
Okay, got it. Going. Flank.
Yeah, here, take.
Oh, here's hearts.
We can see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We have a mirror.
Yeah, hold back, guys. You done with you?
On us.
Yeah.
Now we're
Yep.
back.
200 wood.
We can do it right here.
Still. 200 wood. Okay, I free. With you. Box. 100.
Dirty bite.
Okay, 150. Give him some. Give him.
Okay.
With you.
Okay.
Coming. 40 box. Edit. 1, 3.
No, bro.
Dead.
200 wood. Someone take it.
Yep. I have no mats.
You can double. He's 200
I
mats.
have no mats.
Throw me.
Okay. On us. 30 cracked. Double res. Build around.
Box. You're the only one with
One build.
Popping
Kill
minis.
kid. Yep. Bring with you.
Dead on a kid.
Full zero right there, okay? We have to commit. I'm going up.
Take him out.
Okay, full zero. Okay.
Dead.
I'm dead. Kill them low ground. Wait, what? 2 on low ground. I killed him.
Come. 2v2. All duos.
Sitting in zone under you, Ted. Sitting in zone under you, I killed one.
I have 100 wood. No heals. Shield.
It's gonna
Give me
be...
another one.
This is the last kid.
Build front.
It's gonna be 2v3.
Do. Sorting.
Nice.
Dead.
2v3.
Having shield fish. 15 builds. 15.
5 builds.
Shield fish on me. Shield fish. Okay, I'm doing it.
You guys can fake play whites together.
Yes, coin.
0 builds out.
I fight.
Nice.
They're both on low.
Nice. 1 build. Bob.
No! Imagine if Ninja had a loyalty birthday.
Dude, I'm getting so fucking frustrated how like I'm the
What did I
fucking
just-
reason why we're not winning this fucking game right now.
Nah, it's whatever. Who cares?
Like, fuck, dude.
At least it ain't fourth places.
No, but like, bro, if you watch my POV, like, I don't even know what Zoe was doing. I don't know what Batman was doing. And like, I'm just sitting here low ground. I killed one on low, but like, bro, there was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we had no plan, so I just fucking...
Sit on a trio. We should just sit on a trio.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, I just didn't know where you went. Like, you went behind a full trio. No, you're good. I just fucking... Nobody was talking. Like, right at endgame, you were having like a...
for an end game, but have insisted on sticking around Curve, Tyler, and Shadow a little too long, and they seem to not like that. They're giving them a lot of shots down here now as they're pushing them out of the drop.
And they started this game in 12th place on the leaderboard. You got to think that's around 7th place after their 5-game winners are already in the Major 1 finals. So they still have a point differential to overcome, and they need to keep in the back of their mind. They do not have to get desperate. This is only game 4. There is going to be a whole nother game left, and if they continue to play their cards right, they'll at least be in the bubble.
Mason Donnie chance here. I'm up top, and look, no one's come to the arena here.
Honestly, typically, I love the idea of going up there. You see a lot of our top teams in typical weeks, especially in the Division Cups, go up there, try to get it. But so far today, I haven't really seen going up there being a huge impact to the game. And game prior, we saw Hayar and his trio go up there. Monster, they were down on Surge. They were forced to just kind of cannonball into another team, and they eventually got taken down for it. So I can see the shift with things not necessarily playing their way in terms of teams going up on that island to maybe go against it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? You go up there, and if you don't find the surge tags, I mean, you can easily fall behind, given the unorthodox position, right? It's not something you can practice very consistently either.
Oh,
so
no.
Andrew, though, Jing and Sin get pushed out of the lobby, falling to the hands of what seems to be Eddie and another trio nearby. So much going on here for teams staying outside the zone right now. We have way too many trios kind of entertaining this fight here. Take a look at the highlights here. Jacob, Eddie, ratting his way through the box, trying to see what's going on. Finds Sin there, who was distracted by another team, and that is exactly what can happen should you stay inside the storm for too long.
Almost seemingly got a taste of his own medicine with the Typhoon Blade. Luckily for him, hey, staying alive as a solo. It's all about the points here. With one more game left, anything can happen just like that. Walkers goes down. Larson 20 quickly trying to go and get it, but they close the distance quick. That's Blake, that's Cease, that's Jack. These are experts. They know how to take advantage of timing. Moving into the box, they have full control. 3v2, trying to force some players down and separated them once more. Down goes 20, down goes Walkers. Larson's left by himself.
And this is what makes Chapter 6 so exciting to watch. These Oni masks coming out into play here. You find the knock, you can find yourself being collapsed upon that quickly there. And look at Larson begging to escape now as he slides his way out from the side. But Jack, Cease, and Blake are going to be super happy about this. It looks like they found themselves 2 eliminations. Plenty of gear here to work their way through. And now they can focus on making a nice, easy rotate here. Other teams already shooting their Oni mask out as well. Cease, knowing better than to stick too close to them. He's going to go straight to beeline in to the new zone here.
I just saw on the feed too, I think Reed's down and out. They have to go again in that last game. Just the unfortunate thing is they got a good amount of eliminations for those points. It's just the placements. They don't start taking it into around top 17, so they got to sit and watch and hope any team below them on that leaderboard goes down earlier than they would hope themselves.
Clicks, Batman Boogan and Yamzo have the most damage done by any team here, and this game is really flexing it. Look at the takedown right here. Very well played, well executed.
.803, good position in towards the center of the zone, opening up towards the north. Got at least one full team on the top of the island. Munker looking like he was kind of gliding his way through. He goes down. Another player, Kaz, goes down, trying to go for the elimination or gets it down onto Vibes. It's just a trades back and forth. That's what's going down in the sky. But down low, Clicks, Batman, Boo, and Yamzo consistently trying to claim space at the edge of these zones.
This is looking good right now. Just see what happens when Clicks, Batman, Booga, and Yamzo start to loosen up after they've kind of realized that they've done everything they needed to do as far as this format's concerned, and now they're just bringing it to the rest of the lobby here. Almost looking to be a runaway train here now. Clicks, Batman, Booga, and Yamzo might just be setting themselves up to win this game. That refresh there wouldn't surprise me now if they just put all their focus into high ground. Take a look from what's going on here for Curve, Tyler, and Shadow, though. They end up catching out Reed there. He held on for a long time, but not enough to get placement points there. And you saw the stat before. The qualification mark for EU was 173. That means Re and company will need a 60, 70-ish point game. That's if the points are even reflective. Similarly here for the NA region, so that's a huge ask for Re, Vert, and Ritual. Bryce, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're talking about it throughout the day so far and leaving it to the last and final game. Obviously, that's not the plan. That's just the situation that they're in. See visuals, Braids trying to take control down below. Eddie's finally spotted out. Luckily, he at least has Nyx there trying to stay alive, but they're just getting pushed left, right, different angles right now. Just seemingly too much for them to overcome. But thankfully, there's a whole nother third party that just works in the favor of Clix. Batman, Booga, and Yamso continuously able to catch Nyx off guard and solidify another elimination.
Yep, and it's the island team still shooting down from above, so Nyx has to give up that ultimate high positioning there. Come on down to Batman, Booga's lair. And look at this, this puts them up at 7 eliminations. They're looking to drop a huge bomb this game right now. They're still working through. Into the edge of zone they go. Here comes the reset. Start setting themselves up. Void Oni mask him out. Still sticking to the outskirts, sticking to the congested areas. Not looking to get themselves isolated out. Meanwhile, fishing happening here for Hound and Aiden. I love what we've seen from this trio here. They've played really good Fortnite so far.
This is really thinking outside of the box. Just throwing it far down as possible. At Flopper is better than nothing. But Yamso and Clix, they lost Batman, Booga. Stuck as a duo. They already have 8 eliminations. Remember, their spot is all but secured. But you really want to prove that you're one of the top teams. Get that victory royale, which in turn would probably give another team down below them a secured spot. But only time will tell if they can make magic happen here as a duo.
Well, if there's a team that can do it, it's definitely this one right here. Especially if they get to pick up some of the scraps here, so more material for Yamso and Clix. This is what happened though. Amplified ends up bouncing his way into the box with the blades. This trio ends up getting some exchanges there. Meanwhile, visuals, Braids, and Aminish on the move right now. First to get to the new zone here. Set up pretty comfortably, but a gray Sentinel shotgun. It's gonna be hard to work with, but Visual's gonna go for high ground. Up he goes. Metal.
Zone.
5-1-1. What are you? 5-1-1. Zah, what are you?
He's 5-2-1.
Oh my god, bro.
Care Island.
Rise, motherfucker.
Come in.
You killed him. Good shit, bro. He actually is.
Nice. I'm going.
He's going zone.
Walking.
Can I in off this?
Looking for you. With you.
You guys are close.
I don't have anything. I'm gonna run in. I'm running. Come.
He's a big for you.
Good. Corner wood.
Up that big zone.
Okay.
Looks is 400 wood, 300 wood.
What are you? Wait. Okay. Oh, wrap this shit up.
Give him minis? Nah.
5 minis only. 200 wood. Yeah.
Clicks is 230.
Wait. Yeah, we should go on fucking mama. Yep.
Rise, motherfucker.
With you. Okay. Playing stealth. Kill behind, kill behind.
Looking for anything you see, Vix.
Yeah. Wait, right above. Right here. Come on. Okay, good. You want up one? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, up one. With you. 100 wood. Okay, let's go for some. Wanna get on that? Help me?
Trio.
It's a trio.
Here, sit it. Who's on it?
Nice try. 2 boats zone.
Yo, that Shing Shing, just do it. Yo, I actually got the trio.
Builds, by the way.
Right there, we can Shing him. Nice. Nice.
Nice. Play Siphon.
Dogger.
Didn't get it.
Ton of mats. Top 14. Shinging that. To the left. Oh my god. Sorry, sync code.
Wow, you maxed it.
Dogger, fellas.
Alright.
Go back, dude.
I'm thinking Visuals still has a full loadout. Water Sprite, Chug Splashes, everything to work with. Death is going to fall down in the low ground. And Minish actually falls too, tries to jump down for the refresh. And that might just be the throw here. He might have just made the most critical mistake here for his trio now, leaving them as a duo. Mason still full trio there with Donnie on that mid-ground layer. I still see Cease and Blake in this game as well. Jack is knocked here. They've been the disruptors on the low ground. Can they take down Joshy and his entire team now? This is going to be a big, big moment now for Cease to prove that he still has it. What can he do now? Swings around the side here, blocks him out, but no, can't make the edit. They're waiting for him. He goes, it's risky, and down he falls. Joshy's going to be happy about that one. Look at this. They're pushing 10+ eliminations now.
They might be the only full trio left in this game as well. Scissor, Magma, Joshies, making sure to take advantage of the timing being right and cleaning up a few more eliminations. Inside of the top 3 we go. Inside of the top 2, 3v1. It's Donnie by himself on the high ground. They have ample opportunity with dropping him down. 3v1 situation. Donnie gets one. Siphon just in the nick of time. He's staying alive, trying to draw more. Another down. Donnie, can he do it? Yes, he can. Donnie just did it. He made the biggest clutch in history.
Donnie sends himself through Game 4 to the Major 1 Finals with a spectacular clutch for his trio there. And you can tell that it really meant everything. And Siphon was going to be the decision factor there to keep him in the game, keep his health ticking.
back winning those on-spawn fights and getting Surge early on, it kind of allows them to. Really all depends on the zone, where it pulls, kind of forcing them out of that spot sooner than later than we would hope. Especially since right now, if they...
I'm 3 Bob, 2...
4 slash 2 is 2 flubber. Yeah, it's running down with the...
High clicks.
Yeah,
Can you
there's
try
fishing rods on
pronounce my
purple, I
username?
think.
It's Irish.
Like, we have Surge, we have Mats.
Yeah.
All we need is, like, heals. Care Seaport, they're in big-ass boxes. I think purple, yeah, right, Blood? Can you do fishing rod barrel thing, Fortnite?
There's 6. I'm dropping 4 flops. 2 flops.
Yeah. Team behind. Gotcha. Team 0.
Just fucking up. Wait, got my splash this? No, we just get in. I'm running freeze.
Yeah.
Wait, 2. It's 2 now.
His teammates here.
We're on freeze. I free.
3.
Front free on this, no? Right wall.
Okay, just call it, call it. Cracked! Cracked!
Oh my god, I hit.
Crack 2.
Don't fucking chill. What the fuck is me?
I'm out.
Oh. Hey, I'm gonna die. Help, get me out. I'm low ground.
I'm going to you. I'm trying. Break this, break this.
I need help. Okay. Thanks.
I made space on me.
Oh,
Come.
fuck! I missed the fucking easiest shot ever.
Alright, I'm bobbing.
I missed the fucking
Milk it,
easiest
everyone.
shot
Milk
ever.
it, Zone.
Care? Maybe rushing.
That's a whole new team. They might need Surge.
Yeah, they do.
They seem like they do.
Nice. We try to fuck them.
Wait, nah, they're king.
You got him in. One's in.
Nice.
Got it.
Bro, I can't do anything.
Got
I'm
it.
dead, bro. Nice. Double.
Can't.
Double and hold.
Trying. You good? On the team.
They're fighting each other. Yeah. Bobbing, shield fishing. They're back.
We gotta get the suit. We have to get the suit.
Okay, back. Look at the zone. I'm about to have to go.
Wait, get to 7. My bad, 15 minutes.
It's gonna 5
402. What's yours?
In my inventory. Copy. Yeah.
Man, these are easy fucking kills. How do we fuck that kill up?
Dude, I could not. No, I didn't shoot him. I was body blocked and then reset walls.
Yeah, you usually just get your own angle there, no? For 3 bigs, 2.
Wait, who? Did someone pick up the shield
2 bigs,
fish?
3 minis. 2 bigs, 3 minis.
Another one.
That's all you have? Here, I'm dropping all my hearts.
I'm 303. Take this.
Zone?
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay.
My TV didn't work.
Yeah, they know I'm on wood. I'm gonna bob us. No.
I'm 400 wood,
17 wood
400 wood.
builds. 17 wood builds.
Done.
Are back. Back. Max full.
Gone.
Okay. Do
you.
it.
Dead.
God.
Holding.
I'm dead.
You're good. 200 wood. Start rising. We can't. We gotta get off. What? I'm a blow. I'm 150 wood.
I'm full dead.
Just smash this.
Price deck. That's Reed, by the way.
Oh, wait. Yamza, we make our whole game. Here, pop it. No. Right here. Come.
TP.
Yes, they're gonna TP. We fucking ape them.
going.
He fucked it. He fucked it. He fucked it. He fucked it. He fucked it.
One fucked.
Nothing. Got.
Max him.
Nice me. Fuck. He's looking to go. Just look at him. Look at him. He's right in front of you. Ah, fuck. Whatever. Oh.
In this game, and look at how late into the round we are right now. I mean, anything can still happen. Meanwhile, Magma, Josh, and Skizzer technically have an opportunity now to jump up past those trios.
I think it was about a 30-ish point lead for Curve, Tyler, and Shadow going into this game. So they gotta hope, they gotta watch. And right now, up until that point, it was mainly just elimination points going across the board. Now is where the placements are gonna start to tick in. Most of them being inside of the top 8 and even more inside of the top 5.
Let's see it. Magma falls there. He barely had anything work. Skizzer's by himself. He's on the run here. Just trying to stay alive and earn any placement points possible. He's getting completely focused out. Into a box he goes. This could be a chance, but no. He gets sent back to the lobby. Frozen in time. 215 points or so is going to be locked in. Meanwhile, Bryce, reinvert the dream, is still alive here. This is where all the points start to add up, and they're already at 5 eliminations.
I think you said it in the last game as well. They needed about 50-ish, 60 points, almost the win with eliminations there on top. They started 45 points down. They need to start to pick up the pace here. With this end game going down, you know those eliminations and the opportunities will naturally present themselves. They just got to take advantage of those key opportunities.
Well, 3 more points earned with every team that falls now. Things are going to start racking up really quickly here. They just need a top 5, a couple more eliminations, but hold up. Full-on fight breaks out. Bryce cuts to the other side here, taking a side angle. They got the knock. The finish comes through. It's onto Team Diminished. A very much close competitor of theirs on the standings there, but no, they lose Reet in the mix here. Can they pick them up for the save? No, the finish comes through. Visuals is going to secure the elimination. Back and forth. Bryce and Bert are having to go here.
Visuals is already inside of the bubble. Bryce and Vert are not. They have to disengage, continue moving forward. They got what loot that they can. Vert's trying to go ahead and solidify some sort of a position, but there's another player on the other wall that he forces to try to disengage on out. And this is the key for Vert and Bryce right now. Stay away from that ultimate low ground. That's where a lot of the chaos and destruction happens.
Hey, Vert's one of the best when it comes down to these endgame positions. We've seen him perform very exceptionally as a solo in a duo setting. We expect all the more. Toronto also just trying to hold on to dear life for his team. This is a great game for them as well, as they are putting 8 eliminations up on the board here, but it's going to come down to which one of these bubble teams can make the top 5, maybe even top 3, and force out someone else from the standing here. Blake is still alive in this game. This is our high ground team, Polis Power, and listen, right now playing for the win. They need this desperately here if they want to get themselves into the finals. Major 1 is really shaking up here for Group 1 now.
I can't believe it's only the first day of groups with so much more action to go next weekend, but this is the final game with Blake, Jack, and Cease trying to control as much space as they can down below. They have the materials to do so. It's just this spot right here off the side of the mountain where they're all forced to crouch down, but they use it to find an opportunity on the Jing. Just damage, no knock. They have to continue to look for more.
It's just getting more and more intense right now. Power, listen, Polis continue to maintain the high ground. They're starting to dash across here. Low ground looking all the more contested. Everyone fighting for their tournament standing. Jack is gonna fall there. Cease and Blake have to clutch this one out. Meanwhile, Encrypted, Death, and Sales keeping their tournament alive. Eyeing up Blake, tracking Cease through the walls. This is the benefit of having these wooden walls here makes it so easy to track through, but Encrypted has to move quickly here. Out of material he goes, the knock comes through the scan, gives him a little bit of extra info. Meanwhile, Cease and Blake are still in this one here as well. 175. It is going to be so close for teams trying to pull in the top 10. It is really coming out to the wire now.
Trying to go for a little cheeky flank, and I think it works against him. Now taking so much damage. His own flank on the Vert. Vert does not get knocked, so that full team is down. Death and Sales, they go down as well. Encrypted trying to stay alive, but it ends up in this tough situation. C's trying to put the team on his back. There's only a few teams in front of him, and they all need the victory royale. On the high ground.
Look at this. Look at the high ground here. Listen, Cease on the low ground. Second, last alive. It's a solo here. He's going toe-to-toe now. 3v1 Cease. We've already seen a clutch today. Can Cease come through? It's going to be so close, but in the end, it looks like Power, Polis, and Listen take the victory royale. Jacob, what a game.
That was a big game. We saw a lot of our top teams, ones that are towards the top of the leaderboard, having big and risky fights down early, and it really cost them a lot of their positioning in the game, and that's where a team like this sees high ground open, they take it, and they solidify a big win.
And you get to watch it back one more time.